Straight up, how the Ace taught in the phone don't stop. Watch the drum pop. And the
What's happening? What it do? I'm your gracious and humble host. As y'all can see, I got my relative back with me, to go on and do this podcast. So we're gonna skip all the formalities and we're gonna get into it, man. Um, let's touch on these NBA playoffs that we didn't see in the last couple of days. I don't think it's much to talk about when it comes to Milwaukee and Miami. Giannis didn't play, you know what I'm saying? Um, and it seemed like he got hurt just in time. They was down 3-0 anyway. I'm not saying he got hurt on purpose or he faking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, he gonna get to avoid a lot of the criticism, that would come his way had he played the entire series. So we can just go on ahead and touch on these other series, Boston and Toronto, and the Clippers and Denver. We're gonna touch on them right quick. So what you think about that Boston Toronto series so far?
All for our series, man. Two good coaches going at it head to head, making adjustments. Austin is offensively sound squad. They're very deep. They're very versatile. I like Boston to come out of that series. But, Toronto play with heart, man. They gritty, very sound defensively. I like their coach as well. But I think Boston would probably pull it out in 6 or 7. I think Boston might can pull these next two out. But, yeah, I see at least going 6 or 7, but Boston wins it.
Yeah, man. Boston was my pick to represent the Eastern Conference this year. I thought they was gonna be facing Milwaukee, but as I said in my last video, Miami had other plans. But yeah, Toronto, man, like I said, they showed some championship heart by tying that series up after they went down 0-2, and so they was just gonna, fight and not give up. So I commend them for it, but this is where I get to see if Boston is really ready to get to the NBA Finals. On whether if they can go ahead and finish Toronto out, because they really blew it the first time. Say, man, I'm in the middle of a podcast. You need to jump in. Don't be ringing my phone. I'm recording. I'm on. It's only about 3 minutes in, man.
How do I jump in?
I sent you the invite or the notification. I'm finna ring you right. I'm finna add you right now, man. And this is the run, y'all, by the way, late to the podcast, So this is the reason why. And I ain't editing this. I'm not editing this out.
This guy, hey, the beauty of live entertainment. The beauty of live entertainment.
Right on. So yeah, man. I'm gonna get to see if they really are ready. You know what I'm saying? By if they able to finish them out, because when you went up 0-2, you really don't want to let your opponent reel off 2 straight wins. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully, well, I ain't gonna say hopefully. I mean, it ain't my team, but I'm gonna see what Boston is made of. Hey, late arrival.
What up, everybody? Hold on.
Good. Can't nobody.
My bad.
Good.
There you go.
So we was talking about Boston Toronto series. What we think so far. So what is your opinion of it?
Well, we've seen what Boston was always kind of cooped up to be with that coach without a superstar. They're a good, solid team. You got 3 guys that can score 20, and Kemba and Jalen and Tatum. But that's the way that coach always liked it. That's the way he liked his college teams. That it was spread it out. And when they brought Kyrie, it just messed up his whole style. And it kind of put the shackles on his coaching ability. So now he's able to kind of do what he's supposed to do and run his team the way he's gonna want to run it. And Tatum is, trying to be a button star. He is a star. He's trying to be a superstar. And that's what he wants. Kind of get his young guy to kind of be what he need. Kemba's that guy that's gonna give you 20 sometimes and get in spurts. He is a starter, but he reminds me of a six man. To just, hey, we need some scoring. I need you to do something with it, and Kemba can do that. Jalen is your utility man, where he can play a little defense, score a little bit. But you got two teams that kind of mirror each other, that don't have that one dude that can give you 40, but a lot of guys that can drop around and give you 20. But I just don't think Toronto has that one guy that's that budding. Siakam, he's trying to be a Tatum, but he's not a Tatum. He's just not that guy. He's okay. Van Fleet's okay. Lowry, he's okay, but they just don't got enough. They need somebody to do something, and Boston gonna win this series.
So I disagree with a couple of things you said. For Brad Stevens, I don't think that he wants his system to be without a superstar. I think he's had success that way. Kyrie was maybe just the wrong superstar, if you're gonna call Kyrie a superstar. He was the wrong one, to and have on your team, to build on your team around like that. I believe that if there's a lot of other players that you could put in Stevens' system that are superstars that would thrive, and the team would thrive also. It's just Kyrie was the wrong one. I mean, Kyrie hasn't proven at any point in his career that he could lead a team, put a team on his shoulders and carry them to the postseason, by himself. So I just think he was the wrong superstar. I don't think that it's on Brad Stevens. And I also disagree that Boston don't have that one dude that can give you 40. Because I think Tatum can give you 40. You know what I'm saying? When he gets going. Jaylen Brown, when he gets going, maybe not hit 40, but he can definitely get off in the 30s. You know what I'm saying? 33, 35, 37. He can definitely get there. But yeah, I totally agree. Before the playoffs started, I had Boston facing Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. So half of my Eastern Conference bracket is still alive. Go ahead, Dre.
Kemba Walker has dropped 50 a couple times, so y'all can't slip on Kemba. Kemba can drop 40, but to add, Brad Stevens, I'm a huge Brad Stevens fan. I love a coach that has a system that gets everybody involved. I agree with Antoine. Kyrie wasn't the fit, and you could put certain superstars in the system, but they got to be the Leonards, San Antonio type, Golden State Warriors with Curry and Thompson and Green, guys that don't mind sharing the rock and sharing the load. Jimmy Butler in Miami, he's in the right system. You know what I'm saying? Where he don't have to drop 35, 40, and he's not a bunch of ISO, don't mind sharing the rock and can play in the system.
Yeah, he can just pick his spots.
Yeah, Chris Paul would love Brad Stevens' system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he can feed the floor general for a Brad Stevens type offense, he'll love that. But, go ahead, man, Mal. I just wanted to add that.
I totally agree. I agree 100% with what you said. There are certain superstars that would be able to play in that system and would thrive in that system and elevate, the people around them. Kyrie just wasn't the right one. So let's jump on the Clippers and Denver.
Before y'all do that, I want to say this about Brad Stevenson. with a young coach like that coming in and having a guy already established, and he's not the biggest room or the biggest mouth in the room, I think that's why I said him with Tatum, a budding superstar where he can say, hey, come under me and let me do my thing. I think that's best for him. I think an established superstar, yeah, he can probably work in there, but then it's going to do what Brad Stevens did with Kyrie. It's going to make him take that step back and say, hey, you know what? I'm a young guy. This guy's established. Let this guy do his thing like he did with Kyrie. I think Kyrie could have did something, with that too, but I think the perfect mix for Boston and what they're trying to do and what they came along to do is Brad Stevenson, you our guy. We're going to make you into a Hall of Fame coach right here in Boston. And so that's why it's perfect for what he has. A young guy that eventually I think will be able to drop 40. I don't think Tatum there yet. Just like every superstar has to go through their thing and get there, he's not there yet. He's going to have to get to that point, but it's perfect for what Brad Stevenson want to do because he needs to be the big voice in the room right now.
Go ahead, Dre.
I agree with Deron. Pretty much, if we were talking about before Irving got there, totally agree. He needed young guys fresh out of college to kind of buy into his system. Now that he kind of established himself as a real good head coach, I think superstars now will follow Brad Stevens and listen to him and thrive in his system. Early on, like when Kyrie got there, he probably was like, all right, he a good college coach. I don't going to be able to, take me or make me a better player. But now that he got his stripes, I think now a superstar like Chris Paul or the guys we mentioned will listen and work in his system.
Well, he's 1 year away from Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? I was so surprised at how much, and I know Kyrie, he big headed, but how much he was able to push around what he wanted to say in there. That Brad Stevens couldn't say after he said, Kyrie was like, well, they're young guys and, I went through it too. That Brad couldn't step up and be like, anything. Hey, we don't do that, or just change the narrative of how everything was going. I think Brad Stevens now, he was just before Kyrie, he was about to put his print on it. I think this year he'll finally get to put his print on it and then kind of move forward, see what he can show, as an NBA head coach.
Okay, now look, I really don't want to spend this much time on Boston, right. But I'm pushing back on this because I see it a completely different way. Wasn't Al Horford on that team that first year when they got to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, but is he a superstar? He dropping 40?
This is my. Let me get to my point before you trying to interject or dispute my point before I even make it. So he had Al Horford on that team, who is a veteran. You know what I'm saying? He's had success in the NBA. He didn't, had success with Atlanta. I think they made the Eastern Conference Finals then. Al Horford with Josh Smith some years ago in Atlanta. Al Horford and Josh Smith and all. Why are you looking like that, Drake?
I don't think they got to East Conference Finals, but they won a round.
Okay, I could be wrong. It could have been the second round of the playoffs or whatever. I could have sworn I thought they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but regardless, my point is that Al Horford was a veteran. He didn't have success in this league. He has an established name in this league, and yeah, I'm not talking about that. The point that I'm making is that Al Horford went to Boston and bought into the system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I say that superstars like Kawhi Leonard, like Steph Curry or KD potentially, you know what I'm saying? a player that will buy into the system, you know, that the coach, because you can see that the coaches had success. This is Kyrie went there with them coming off of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and taking LeBron and that team to 6 games. So if you get an unselfish superstar who's willing to buy into the system and understand, man, there's a lot of young talent on this team. They got a great system. All I gotta do is play my position, play my role in this system, fully buy into the system, and play within the system. And it would have worked. The problem is that Kyrie came over there with this attitude of, I'm the best player on this team. I got an established name. I'm signed to Jordan Brand or whoever he signed to, and got his own shoe, and he won a ring with LeBron. And so he felt like he didn't have to buy into the system, that the system needed to revolve around him, that he needed to be the centerpiece and everybody else needed to revolve around him. And that's why it didn't work.
Well,
so
I think you're more focused on you want these guys to buy in, and you're not focusing on Brad Stevenson. And the thing about Brad Stevenson needs to have the confidence. So if a guy like Kyrie, let's just say Chris Paul, you know, that did buy into the Oklahoma system, but when situation and the heat of the moment gets there, what are you going to do? Do you believe in that guy being the guy in the huddle to say, hey, I'm going to follow what he just wrote up? Or, you know what? That don't make no sense. You know, because I've never seen it happen. I've never seen it go through. I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's what I'm saying. Hold on, let me say this. And that's, let me say this. Let me just say, this is with Brad Stevenson. If Brad Stevenson had
listen to me right quick. But listen to me right quick. We can sing together. We can't talk together. Okay? Now, I'm going to let you finish, even though you cut me off early. I'm going to let you finish what you were saying.
If Brad Stevens, he needs to have his time to establish himself, because it don't matter if it's a Kyrie, don't matter if it's a Westbrook, don't matter, it's nothing. Pop can say, I don't care, Kawhi. I know you want finals, but look, we're going to run it this way. This is why he needs what he needs right now. So he can establish himself. So guys, when they do walk in there, they can believe in him and say, hey, man, hey, he took this squad over here to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Without me, the owners can say, hey, he did it without this new superstar. So it's stop worrying about what these other guys are. We need to be looking at what is Brad Stevenson and his growth, a natural, you know, his growth into being that head coach he's supposed to be.
Again, this goes to my point of a superstar either buying in or not. Like if in the crunch, in the final 2-3 minutes, you decide in your head that, man, this don't make no sense, then you ain't bought into the system and the way that they do things on that team. Like at the end of the day, you're the player, he's the coach. You know what I'm talking about? And so if you are bought into the system, you are bought into the team, and you've seen that this team got to the Eastern Conference Finals and pushed LeBron James and that Cavs team to 6 games without you, then you know, or you should be able to understand that, okay, the coach knows what he's doing. He did this without no superstars on his team. You know what I'm saying? The biggest name was Al Horford. That was the biggest name on their team. Everybody else was rookies or second-year players. And he led them to the Eastern Conference Finals. So if you buy in as a superstar, then, truly buy in, then Brad Stevens shouldn't have to call out the superstar in the media. He shouldn't have to get in the superstar's face in the locker room on the sideline to tell them, look, this is my team, and this is how we're going to run it, and this is how we're going to do it. No, not if you bought in. Now, if you ain't bought in and you feel like in certain situations you want to do it your way, then that's where you could probably be looking at a coach to, do something. But all coaches aren't confrontational. It's easier to say, you know what? this ain't gonna work. Y'all need to ship him up out of here, man. Because like I can't deal with a situation with this dude in my locker room because he's making it bad in my locker room. And if you notice, every player in that locker room didn't like Kyrie. Why? Because he didn't buy into the system and what they was doing in Boston. Go ahead, Drake.
I was just gonna say he left
Put the
voluntarily.
air down.
What happened? Oh, he left voluntarily. You know, he signed free agent. They ain't trade him or nothing. So, but go ahead, next series.
I can argue this fact, but you don't just walk in
Okay,
day one and say you
so
buy in.
Clippers
This
and Denver.
takes time. This takes time. Trust is earned. It's not just given.
Clippers, man. Like the papers say, man, like ESPN say all day today, they flipped that switch. Leonard, you know, Doc Rivers, you know, some of them veterans over there, they flipped the switch. Last night they looked very impressive. Their defense locked down. Playoff George showed up, you know, dropped 32. Patrick Beverly being the pest, you know, he's been. I like Denver's fight. I know they ain't gonna back down. So I still think they're gonna might win a game, maybe another one. So similar to the Boston Toronto series, I see it going 6. Luckily, it might go 7. You know what I'm saying? But the Clippers look nice, and you know I think they're gonna go ahead and win it.
Go ahead, D.
I think everybody don't realize that this is the first year they together in a shortened season, in a situation unheard of. And, you know, just like Miami, when they got together and they didn't win their first year, everybody realized it was their first year together. And, you know, two guys on that team as well. Clippers only gonna get better as the more time they get to play with each other. I saw a stat they were like 11-2 when they all played together. That means they only really played together 13 games. You know, what's that? You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see how fast they can put it together. I think they're gonna win this series. Denver does have the advantage. This is a team that played together last year, a whole season, played all together this season. That's why they looking as good as they are. I think Utah and Denver remind me of the same thing. A young squad growing together, so they're gonna be putting up fights. They're gonna have moments where they look like, man, they some world beaters. But talent is gonna always succeed in the NBA because there's only 5 players on there and you play both sides. This ain't the NFL. So, of course, we're gonna see moments where the Clippers don't look like, why they ain't just blowing boys out. They learning. They pushing along. They going. They gonna get better. They gonna get better. And like I said, talent gonna do it. But ultimately, the reason why the Clippers is gonna win because they got guys can shut people down on the defensive end, and the defensive end can cover up a lot of mistakes. You know, because I just don't see. I see them falling in traps on the offensive end where they like, okay, I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, Kawhi, take a one-on-one. I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, George, do your thing one-on-one, and we'll run a couple picks here, but that's it. Once this team get their offensive identity, you already see that when they start sharing that ball and trusting each other, they're gonna be a hard team to beat because they got shooters, they got slashers, they're not, you know, they're not in a system. And I'm not trying to doubt Houston, but they're not in a system they get to say, I got to do this. I can hit a mid-range. I can take it to all the way. You know, I can do this. I can do this within the system. But once they start learning each other and trusting each other, the talent is there to do it. So, you know, I see them beating them about 6. Huh?
What team you talking about?
Clippers. What you talking about?
Oh. Because you said once they start trusting each other, that type of thing. I was thinking for a second you were talking about Denver.
No. Clippers. You can see that they ain't really trusting like what we gonna do or what we gonna do. Not I want to say each other. You can see they got a brotherhood that they all coming together, but they not trusting like, all right, what we gonna do on this down here on the end. The one thing I can say about my Mavericks and the coach and staff, we trust
We
whatever we're
talking
gonna
about
do.
playoff teams,
I'm just
man. We ain't talking about these
I'm
teams sitting at home watching, man. We
hey
talking about
man,
teams in the playoffs
keep
right now.
keep your focus, man, because I'm trying to put stuff together. It's called so you have an understanding, show you something here, so you can understand something over here. That
Yeah,
team,
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
they trust each other on that end, and you can see that's why they had one of the best offensive teams in history or whatever. And I think really that series, I really think helped out the Clippers so much because it just showed them that we're not gonna have to play defense all the way around like we had to do against Dallas. But that team showed that hey, we trust what our coaching is saying, what the players is gonna do, and been running it. And that's all I think the Clippers need is just to trust each other or what we gonna do on the offensive end.
okay, so in my opinion, the Clippers should be leading wire to wire versus them. I'm not buying the this team and they all trying to learn. This is the same roster from last year with 2 players added. It's not the same as Miami. Miami added 2 new superstars along with Ray Allen and Mike Miller and a bunch of other players, Chalmers. A lot of dudes who follow LeBron from Cleveland to Miami. That was a completely new team. Or not completely new, but they had like Haslam and D Wade and maybe 1 or 2 more players that was there previously. Other than that, a bunch of dudes came over there that took less money to play with LeBron and them boys over there. So that was a completely new team. This team ain't a new team. On top of that, they show you when they want to that they can play lockdown defense, that they can shut people down and that they can put up points and all that type of stuff. But they do it when they want to. They don't play 48 minutes. I haven't seen the Clippers play a strong game for 48 minutes, maybe except for twice this entire playoffs. Other than that, they'll play hard in the first quarter and then lag off for the next 2 quarters and then play hard again in the fourth quarter. Or they play hard in the second quarter and then they play hard in the third quarter, but they let up in the fourth quarter. Like that's what they've done throughout the playoffs. They have not played hard and, team basketball for 48 minutes really at all this playoff. So, like I said in my last video, I'm not giving no excuses, man. Now, I do expect, hold on, I'm going to come to you, Dre. I do expect the Clippers to win this series because they should win this series. But the fact of the matter is, man, that the Clippers are too talented. They have too many good players on this team, defensive-minded players on this team. They can score with anybody. There's no reason that they should not be able. And like I said, they show you when they want to, where in game 1, they led wire to wire and ran Denver up out the gym. Even in the Dallas series, like I said, we ain't talking about teams that's in the playoff, but when they wanted to, they ran Dallas up out the gym. You know what I'm saying? They shut Dallas offense completely down. One of the best offenses of all time, maybe. Shut them down whenever they wanted to. So if they want to, if they decide mentally that they're gonna play hard and really execute on both ends of the court for 48 minutes, they will run Denver up out the gym. Go ahead, Dre.
No, I was just gonna add. They added way more than 2 players, man. The big center, he came from LA. You've got Reggie Jackson, KC, Marcus Morris.
They was there last year.
Huh?
All of them play. Now Morris, you right. Morris
Reggie
came mid-season.
last year with
Okay.
OKC.
Zubac was there last year. He was
Reggie-
there last year because they traded when
Patterson came with Kawhi Leonard. He was in Toronto. I mean, there's more than just two players, though, man.
Patrick Patterson ain't even playing, bro.
Well, let me say this. You said this, and this thing you said when they play team ball, when they want to play team ball, what I guess you're not understanding is defensively and offensively, they not doing it by themselves. You will know when how somebody helped or where to send them because they help better there by playing team ball. This ain't 2K where you playing one controller with all 5 men. These are all 5 different men playing a defense that they're learning all together 13 games. You know what I'm saying? 13 games. So you get to know somebody with how they help, when they help, where I'm gonna send them, and then on offense, if you can tell on offense they don't know because you can see Reggie Jackson sometime, all right, it's my time to show and do my thing. Okay, I'm dribbling up the top of the key. Okay, it's sometimes on the corner, Morrison getting the ball, and he even like, oh, it's my time to go one-on-one. I'm gonna go one-on-one. You can tell that they do get where they can't lead wide to wide because it's not established in their minds of how, when I'm supposed to take over, when Kawhi's supposed to take over, how we running this. Man, this is not something that just come together while you step on the court and just say, hey, yeah, y'all run, and run smooth for NBA, for professional teams. And you can tell with Denver, they know what they want to do. They already know because they didn't play 2 straight seasons. Okay, Jokovic, you gonna bring it down, and it's gonna flow in the game, especially basketball. Because the best time when you playing smoothly and running, you don't gotta run plays every single time, or you come down and you already know what play we about to run and how we run it when the defense gonna throw something at us. So I think your expectations, because you see all this talent on the court, that it's just supposed to just magically happen and just come together where they supposed to play a full 48 minutes of great ball when they have only been on the court for each other for X amount of games. That's unreasonable. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't even expect them to even be there yet. Especially with them, and you said, well, it's not a new team. The 2 main guys that are 40, maybe 50% of on the ball, Kawhi and George Paul, they handling the ball the whole time. That's a whole new team. That's like getting Chris Paul and saying Chris Paul is your ball now. I know it might be the same players, but it's a whole different game. You know what I'm saying? It's a different game because these guys ain't never brought the ball and handled the ball the way they do. And then trying to figure out, just like, the Bulls, it's MJ time. I can feel it. MJ, he's starting to take over. Okay, since he's taking over, I need to stand here, be ready for this ball. Paxson, I need to be right here because I ain't swinging the ball right now because it's MJ time. Or when MJ say, hey, it's MJ in the post time. Okay, I need to be over here. I need to start cutting more. That's a team that's been together for some time, and your expectations is crazy.
Yeah, you got to know each other's sweet spots.
Exactly.
Okay, so first of all, like, you are the longest winded dude like I've ever met.
Just like Rambo said, you got to get it in because you're gonna cut us off real quick. So you got to get it in when you can.
Well, like I said, we can sing together, but we can't talk together. I let everybody talk and how they say. I would just like for us to keep our answers under 30 minutes. On one little point. But I'm gonna say this: the Houston Rockets added Chris Paul and PJ Tucker. A couple players. They went to the Western Conference Finals. They looked damn dominant. You know what I'm saying? Getting there. Why? Most of the team was really together. You added a few players. But by and large, the team was together. Durant and a couple players went to Golden State, got to the NBA Finals the first year that they got there. I mean, this excuse that you adding a couple of players to a team that's already there, same coach, same supporting cast, all of that. And to say 13 games, no, bro. They played 50 some odd games before the shutdown. Then they came back and played another 8 games before the playoffs, and now we're in the playoffs. This ain't no team that's been playing for 13 games. These are professionals. You can't tell me at this point that Paul George or Kawhi don't know the system. They don't know where they're supposed to be on the floor. You know, they just got together at the YMCA and said we're gonna run together, and I'm expecting them to get to the NBA Finals. No, that's not it. The point that I made is that the Clippers have shown you glimpses when they want to, when they feel like, you know, they have to respond or something like that, where they play dominant basketball on both ends of the court. They show you glimpses, but they have not done it consistently, game after game after game after game. Now, they just won this game, and Dre said that he thought that they played extremely well. I don't think that they played all that well.
You watched that game?
I did, but I think that because they was losing for more than half the game. And then all of a sudden, late third quarter and into the fourth quarter, they turned up their defensive intensity. And then that's when they took the lead and kind of held control of the game. But I just didn't see that defensive intensity the whole first half. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point that I'm trying to make. Blood, don't even play that way. And you just got through talking for 6 straight minutes. I'm sitting up here looking at the clock. Don't point at your watch now that I'm talking for a minute and a half.
But you just said we can't do it. You're going to make a rule that you just break.
I didn't make a rule. I
Can we please cut short at the conversation more than 30 minutes? And you going 35, but okay.
Because like I said, you talked for 6 straight minutes. So I'm just asking to keep our, answers to a minimum. But a minute and a half and you point at your watch, don't. Come on now, let's not do that. Go ahead, Dre.
All I'm going to say is chemistry in basketball is very, very important. You can't just say talent together and draw up some plays, man. Knowing where players like their sweet spots and passes and all that, that's not learned in a couple of games. 13 games when they're all together playing on the field, not hurt, completely healthy, isn't a lot of time to build some great chemistry.
Okay. Well, like I say, I've seen it done by other teams. Look at Miami. Miami added new players, and Miami has looked dominant game in, game out, both ends of the court, the whole playoffs.
But they play.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go on and move on to this last game.
Season they ain't play. They wasn't hurt. Jimmy Butler played all season.
And this
that don't mean that no other players on the team hurt. That don't mean that Dragic or Adebayo or Hero that all guys played every single game this year.
Paul George and Kawhi rotated being hurt. Remember before the bubble, they used to manage Leonard and make sure he didn't play certain games and all that. Time management. Remember they was beating up Leonard and Paul George about them resting him?
The most important thing is this is the Clippers. And if you're watching the games and you're watching how they play, you can see how the Clippers are adjusting to coming together as a new squad. They have not. And you can see, as you said yourself, have not played a full great 48 minutes, but they will have spurts that they will lock it down and say, hey, let's keep it simple. Kawhi, score 14 points and everybody, we're going to play great defense. Oh, we look good now because the offense is, which I already said, the offensive side is not as smooth as it wants to be because they just don't have no identity. Who is the man? Okay, Kawhi's the man, but he's not. He just sometimes he can, like he did the other night, had 0 points in the fourth quarter. So what do we do? Okay, Paul George. Oh, you just off right now. every team has to get their identity, and they don't have it on the offensive end yet.
Able to communicate with just looking at each other, understand body language, and knowing each other without even having to say certain things on certain plays. That takes time.
Well, let me say with that, because all it takes is a defense is always switching it up on you. So they front you one time down, you see, and you go on the side like, hey, he fronted me. Well, if he front me, I like to do this because I like my weak side guy to be over here. Okay, the next time down, you think he on front, he don't go front you. He comes underneath it, and you still, it's doing something repetitive over and over again to say, okay, we done seen it enough. You do that. I know you like that. I'm gonna do this to combat that, and hey, I'm gonna leave it open for you. That's how you get it. You know what I'm saying? It don't just come, like I said, you don't just sit on the court, have one controller and 2K and know, hey, I know what all 5 people gonna do. It don't work that way.
So see, you need to actually play 2K because that don't happen in 2K. I haven't played 2K in a couple of years. I know that, on defense, that you don't control 5 people with one controller, man. It don't happen like that, man. On to the Lakers first, the Rockets. Thoughts?
It's what am I going first?
It don't matter, man.
It's pretty much playing out a little bit like I thought. I actually thought the Lakers will win game 1, the Rockets will win game 2, and they'll do a back and forth all the way to game. But it's what I thought. Anthony Davis gonna do his thing against the small ball. LeBron was gonna attack the zone in a small ball and even post up a little bit. And Mike D'Antoni ain't gonna make adjustments. He's gonna live and die with his system and not tweak. I'm just a fan of versatility. And they keep saying this on, in the games with the Lakers. Even LeBron said it. They're big on being versatile. Right now they playing small against us, but they got people on the bench. If they want to go big, they can go big. They can play different systems. And that's what's been beating the Rockets throughout these years in the playoffs is versatility. Golden State is the exact same way. They're extremely versatile. They can go Hampton 5 on you, or they can go big. They can shoot threes. They can run plays. Really versatile. Kerr had 3 or 4 different systems he combined together throughout his playing career that he learned and adapted from. So I just wish Mike D'Antoni wasn't stuck in his ways and adjust at certain times. Don't think, well, we ain't hitting our shots. The only reason why we're losing this game. No, man. You're losing this game is more than just that. You know what I'm saying? He's losing a chess match. And, don't get me wrong, the Rockets' talent, we're going to keep us in games and we're going to keep us in the series. But the Lakers are playing playoff 7-game series basketball. They're not just living in the moments and getting geeked up on one win or, 2 quarters. They playing smart. They know it's 7 games and this is a jump shooting team. Game 6s and 7s, them jumpers get short when them legs get weak. You know what I'm saying? And they know the Rockets' key 3-point shooters are our biggest defenders in Gordon, Tucker, and Covington. Those guys got to go there and fight Davis in the paint or try to keep LeBron from driving. You know this more than anything, DeRon. Playing against a bigger, stronger dude wears you down every single game for 3 or 4 quarters. And then in the 4th quarter, they're going to say, hey, Harden, we're going to double you, get this ball at your hands, and we're going to tell these other guys they better hit these in the crunch time situations when they've been guarding LeBron James and Anthony Davis undersized for 6 or 7 games. It's not going to happen, man. That same thing happened in the Golden State. Reason why we missed 26 threes. Our style of play, we got to be able to adjust and be versatile. And we're not running plays. We're not trying to keep Harden fresh or Gordon and them fresh at certain points. Playing 7 guys, come on, man. And you expect them to play both sides of the court against LeBron and shoot threes in clutch? That's too hard to ask for. J.J. Redick and all those guys, or like when Michael Jordan had Paxson and Kerr, they weren't guarding the best player on the other team for 7 games and then asked to hit that clutch shot. Robert Horry didn't do it either. You know, so that's my take, man. I got the Lakers in 7, and all because of coaching. We getting outsmarted.
I think out of all the series, and I'm trying to think back to the first round, that this game right here, this series is the less coach series in all of them. I think this is a player series, you know, that based on your top players, how the game is going to be. And that's what it's, that's what it's going to boil down to. It's not boiled down to coaching, because I really don't even think D'Antoni is getting out coached. I think they run their little offense, but it is surrounded by LeBron handling the ball, doing his thing, creating for other guys, just like on the other end, Harden handling the ball, creating shots for his other guys, and who's going to follow along with them. And I think in each game, you could say the superstars X out each other, but who's going to be that third guy to win the game? You know what I'm saying? I want to say, was it the first game that Covington went off? Was it game 1? Who was the third guy in Houston? But I know this game, watching it, it was that third guy, Rondo. LeBron's going to do his thing. What's so hard for Houston is they just don't know what Westbrook is going to be. If Westbrook can just be a superstar, this Houston has a fighting chance. Because, like I said, this is a player-driven series. What are your 3 top guys going to do? Your 2 superstars and your 1 extra guy. And if Houston don't have that 1 extra guy, or if what's that shooter? What's that boy name for Houston? Yeah, Gordon. If Gordon shows up, if Westbrook just give him something, and that's your 3 boys, Houston has a fighter's chance, a puncher's chance, as they say, because this is not a technician fight trying to get you round by round. This is a make a run, take the lead, keep the lead. This is a knockout punch fight. Everybody is waiting for that. Okay, I got a series, now I'm about to knock them out and win the game. Just like game 1. I can't remember what quarter it was, but it was like Houston just boom, 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 boom. We up, we won. This has nothing to do about coaching. Has nothing to do about, this is just a straight up a brawl fight.
So for tonight's game, I'm going to agree with Deron, and that I don't think D'Antoni got outcoached tonight. I don't think that it came down to him needing to make an adjustment, or not needing to make an adjustment, or nothing like that. I don't think it was rotations. They really was playing 9 people in this series. You had Daniel House, who didn't play tonight. So they put it down to 8. The play people that they got coming off the bench is Green, Austin Rivers, who's basically not shown up for the series at all, and McLemore.
McLemore just played because of House. Remember,
Well,
Green.
He's played every game. He's played every game so far this year. He's played in every game this series. He got more minutes. He got more minutes tonight because House didn't play, but he's played at some point in every series because
come off the bench 9 times out of 10 is Green, Rivers, and
House. Right, but I'm just saying McLemore's played tonight. To me, the game boiled down to because it was a tie game going into the 4th quarter. And To start off that
No,
fourth quarter. To start off that fourth quarter, when Harden was on the bench, they opened up a 6-point lead where it was 94-89. By the time Harden came back, and shortly after Harden came back, they had 4 out of their next 5 possessions where they turned the ball over. Harden got double teamed. Rondo was standing right next to him. He tried the behind the back pass, but it hit Rondo's leg. That led to a fast break layup. Then Jeff Green threw the ball away twice. No, Covington threw the ball away twice. And then Jeff Green threw the ball away.
Then Harden got picked at half court.
He had,
Rondo picked him at half court.
No, that was he tried to throw it behind his back. That was the one I just said. That started it. Yeah, Rondo came to double, and Harden tried to throw a behind the back pass to the dude Rondo left on the wing, but it hit Rondo's leg, and Rondo went the other way for the fast break layup. That was the first one that started it. And so to me, it was timely, bad time turnovers, because really the Rockets only had 9 turnovers for the whole game. You'll love that for the Rockets.
With the defense, that wasn't schemed or play or nothing. That didn't 4 straight turnovers.
That's them not taking care of the ball. That's not coaching. That's not coaching. Like if you got the ball and you go into the paint and you trying to throw the ball cross court and Anthony Davis picks it off, you trying to hit it, go to the 3-point line, that's not coaching. That's the player not taking care of the basketball. Jeff Green threw the ball away. And like I say, Covington did it twice. Hold on, give me a second. So that's just players not executing and being careless with the basketball. Yeah, they missed some shots, that you would like for them to hit. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what turned the game. That's what blew the game open. Where for the Rockets have shown you in game 1, they showed it in the second half in game 2, they showed it for 3 quarters in game 3. When they protect the basketball and give themselves at least a shot at the basket, at the rim, that they can outscore, play with, or beat LA. They've shown it. When they are careless with the basketball, on top of being undersized, on top of losing the rebound battle, it's going to lead to you getting beat. And I seen in this game specifically down the stretch or in the second half for the most part, but it was glaring in the second half where there was balls that would come off the rim or it'll be tapped and no Rocket is running for the ball, but the Lakers are. You know what I'm saying? It's those hustle plays that they didn't make in the fourth quarter, along with turning the ball over, along with missing shots. But that's not a matter of coaching. You know what I'm saying? So
ooh, I've been out here 35 minutes, coach. It's hard to dive for that ball when you're tired.
Well, they say fatigue makes cowards of all men. So I don't know if it was just flat out fatigue, but this is for your opportunity to go to the Western Conference Finals. You listen to NBA players, all they dream about is getting to the NBA Finals and the things that they would do to get there. So whether you tired or not, man, like you have to push yourself to make that play, to take those extra 2 steps, because the teams that win are the ones that do it. And it's not like the Lakers players ain't tired. It's not like teams that won championship that they weren't tired, in fourth quarters of games, but they had the mental toughness and the wherewithal to push through it. You know what I'm saying? And to make plays. So, I mean, to me, that's what this game boiled down to. Go ahead, Dre.
Belichick is great on football because he takes away the best player's strength, right? That's coaching. Westbrook is not doing what Westbrook want to do is because the Lakers are taking away his strength and telling him you better shoot them jumpers all series long and you better hit 60, 70%. That's not what he do. So they limit Westbrook and they're telling the other players that has to play both ways. Who has to play defense? Gordon, Tucker, Covington, who got a guard and play both ways. We're gonna see what kind of real shape you are.
Well, let me tell you.
That man is not going to change his ways. Coaching is, hold on, let me finish. Coaching is where coaching coming to play. TNT just showed it at the end of the game. It's called adjustments. After the first game, they saw the Rockets everything they was going to do. And they made adjustments to the point where, Deron, you might know this, y'all might practice all week on a game plan, right? And the coach might tell you, we're not finna run this to the third quarter. We're going to show them exactly what they've been seeing all season long, first half. Second half, we're going to come out and hit them with this. Why? Because they can't make adjustments. They ain't going back to the locker room to tell the players, hey, we need to start doing this. It's hard to make adjustments in game. So LeBron just said it at the end of this game. They went into halftime, watched film, made adjustments. In the second half, they held the Rockets, completely shut them down the whole second half. The Rockets only scored, 9 points in the fourth quarter? You know what I'm saying? No, it was 20 points in the fourth quarter. They scored 17 in the fourth last game, 20 in this. You see the first half comparison to the second half, it's a world of difference. And you know why? Because of adjustments. Even in this game, Van Gundy said the same thing. First half, they doubled a little bit. They showed a soft trap on Harden in the first half, and Harden goes off. And in the second half, they baited him, hit him with the hard trap, and make him pass the ball. Harden, who went off for 21 points in the first half, only got 9 the rest of the game. And in the fourth quarter, the last 5 minutes, got a free throws and a 3-point shot on the transition. Why is that? That ain't because of Harden. It's because the Lakers did what Belichick do. We're going to take away what you do best. That's it. It's that simple.
Well, first of all, Harden had 13 points in the second half, not 9, or 12 points in the second half, not 9. He ended up with 33. I forgot my point because he said something. He said something that I wanted to address. I cannot remember what it was he said. But go ahead.
Well, no, it's because I think they heavyweight punches, you know what I'm saying? And it's Houston's offense versus LA's defense. Because LA likes to get transition points. That's what they do. They like to turn their defense into good offense. And when they can get you in transition, that's when they best. They shut it down and say, okay, we got Davis down there. We'll funnel you all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing and, do like Drake said. Okay, defensively, this is what we're going to do to smother the, whatever. Because on offense, it's LeBron doing his thing, or it's throw it down to Davis to do his thing. When they double, you're going to get points off of them. Houston's offense is, we got the best scoring in the game. We're going to drive and we're going to have guys sitting up for threes. If we're hitting our threes, our offense is knockout punch. We can score 10 like it ain't nothing, real quick. It's just, it ain't, like Drake said, it ain't that difficult to see what these two teams are doing and what their strong points are. And they both knockout punchers, man. They looking for that knockout. And the Lakers do it with defense, Houston do it with offense. And if Houston don't get that run like they did that first game and get that lead, I just don't see them. I don't see it going 7
What
unless
you gonna go in there?
Westbrook go.
Huh?
Now I'm assuming I didn't hear your prediction.
Prediction for what?
LA.
How many games gonna win?
Hold on. Say that again, Dre.
How many games? Who's gonna win the series?
Oh, I got H-Town winning, man. I got H-Town winning. I still got to go on 7. The point that you had said something, and I forgot when you had clicked off, but when you saying, the players who got to play both ends, Covington, PJ Tucker, and who else? You said somebody else. Gordon. Yeah, so the 3 players who got to play both ends. But Houston switches everything. So every player on the court has to play both ends. They all gonna have to go against LeBron. They all gonna be matched up with AD. Yes, don't shake your head no, bro, because that's a fact. LeBron kept on going LeBron kept on going when McLemore when he was on the floor. They kept throwing it down to AD when he had Harden and Gordon on him. Like Westbrook was matched up against AD and LeBron. So it's not that these 2 or 3 players are the only ones who's having to play both ends of the court and match up with the top scorers in LA, because they all have to do it. LA is making sure that they run pick and rolls, because we switch everything to get a McLemore, a Harden, a Westbrook, you know what I'm saying, on them on the defensive end. So number 1, that don't fly. Number 2, Deron made a great point when he talked about LA turning your mistakes, your turnovers, their defense into offense. That's what changed the game in the 4th quarter. It came down to the Rockets was careless with the basketball, and LA was able to get in transition and a score off of that. If you remember, off of those turnovers, you had 3 straight plays. Rondo hit a 3, then Rondo got a layup, then Caruso hit a 3. That was an 8-point burst where they was already up by 5 or 7 points. You know what I'm saying? That blew the game open. And it was all off of turnovers. Then, like I say, we missed some shots. Westbrook missed 2 7-footers, you know what I'm saying, where he had AD on him, gets into the lane, does his little step back, you know what I'm saying, shoots it. He open, but he missed him. You had to play on the inbound where Green threw it in to Harden, and he really finna double team, and Green flashed to the basket, and Harden threw it up for him. He missed a point blank layup. Like, those things you can't have happen in a playoff game. Where you're, like I say, you're undersized, and you playing a bigger team with 2 great superstars on it that can score in a half court almost any time that they want to. Go ahead, Dre.
2 things. 1, the Rockets switch on everything, but they're lining up their players based on who the Lakers send to pick for LeBron. It's always the same 2 guys. Only every once in a while, their coach will be smart enough to actually call certain plays to get certain mismatches. But 9 times out of 10, when we're switching, it's the same 3 guys switching, because it's the same 2 guys picking for LeBron, either Davis or Kuzma. It's the same guy switching. And if you notice, every time AD get that ball in the paint, it's the same 2 guys on him, Tucker or Gordon.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm sure that you got the game. I'm sure that you got the game on DVR where you able to go back and watch it. But watch LeBron in the 4th quarter call for Rondo to come set a pick for him because he wanted McLemore. He went at McLemore 4 straight possessions.
I said there's certain times. I said 9 times out of 10. I watch the X and O's. I love that part, the chess match of the game. But secondly, you fooled if you think turnovers ain't caused by some defense. Some decent turnovers are forced because LeBron Harden went and threw no behind the back pass to Westbrook. The only reason why he threw that pass because they were sending the double team. That forced him to finish. That forced him to throw the ball when he didn't want to. And in a way, he probably, if they didn't send that double team, he's not throwing it behind the back pass to Westbrook at that time. He would have probably kept dribbling and did something totally different. Defense forces you to do things when you don't want to do it and the way you don't want to pass it. That's good defense.
I understand that, but the point is this. Number one, the double team was there. It wasn't coming, it was there. And Harden was still careless with the ball because you don't have to try that pass. You can pass it to the dude right next to you. Now he ain't open, but to get the double team off of you, you can pass it to him and get the ball back. And then if he come back on the double team, you can make a better pass. But he was careless with the ball. At the end of the day, that's what it was, bro.
It's easier said than done, Kenvo. When someone traps you, like even on a full court trap, and you think it's the easy rule is get it to the center of the court or throw it down the court. It's easy when you say it. Try doing it. It's hard. It's not that easy. Defense forces you to do things when you don't want to do it in the ways you don't want to do it. That's defense. And that's a good coach makes adjustments to that. Brad Stevens would have drew something up in that huddle to make it easier for his players.
You want to blame D'Antoni, bro, but it wasn't his fault, man. It wasn't his fault. I'm sorry. There's no play that you can draw up to say, look, in this situation, if it happens to happen, don't throw it behind the back pass. You know, I'm gonna have this happen where you can have an outlet.
I was saying this, prime example. They only trapping when Harden brings the ball at half court or when Harden has it in the corners of the elbow. So all you got to do is, Westbrook, you're a point guard, bring the ball past half court. Therefore, they won't want to, hold on, listen, Kenfo. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Carmelo Anthony, even LeBron James. And LeBron did it tonight. They said about Rondo changes the pace and allows LeBron to not have to handle the ball. So guess what? Westbrook can bring the ball half court. Harden can become a true scorer and actually run off of picks and come get the ball in motion. Therefore, when he gets it, everybody is moving. The defense is shifting from left to right. They're not in position to double team. All he has to do is come get the ball, make a dribble, step back jumper, or penetrate. It's that simple. Allen Iverson did it his whole career with Eric Snow. Reggie Miller did it his whole career. Kobe Bryant did it in the triangle. So LeBron did it tonight with Rondo. Rondo would bring the ball up court, facilitate. LeBron would come off of 2 picks, come get the ball, either penetrate and dish it to Davis or step back and take a jumper. It's that simple.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised by watching because, you know, Houston, how they're handling the double team, because I was literally cracking up when I would watch a double team come to Harden. He passed the ball and he just sat out there on the top of the key. It blew my mind that the coach didn't have something to say. Hey, because if you watch, because they double team Luka. I know we're not supposed to be talking, but they double team at the top, and they got something that they will give it up. He will run across, you know, go in that corner, and they'll flash a big man back there. Then he'll come back out and come get it, and then they'll wait for the double team again, and the big man sitting right there, and he'll just give it right back up to him, and he got a little floater. It is comical to me when I saw that multiple times, and he just stood out there. And I didn't blame Harden because I know a coach is like, hey, we got something for this. Now, the behind the back pass, Antoine is right. That's just careless. That's just thinking you better. The same thing Westbrook did at one time. He just threw a behind the back pass. He just went out of bounds. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know, so what are y'all doing? And that's strictly on the player thinking, just doing stupid stuff, being careless with the ball. But you can see in certain situations, y'all have no plan, no like we gonna do this if they do this.
Both games, numbers half is for a reason. Don't say all of a sudden in both games back to back, two professional superstars who want to win a championship, all of a sudden got careless in back to back games. Nah, man, it's a reason behind it.
No, people get careless.
Well,
You do.
First of all, they are known for being careless with the ball. Number one, so that's no mystery. And number two, when you talk directly to you, Deron, when you say that he passed the ball, I understand that. Well, the plan is that Westbrook is then supposed to penetrate. He's the one open, so he's supposed to penetrate into the paint, and off of the help that comes off that penetration, which really he is the only one who takes mid-range shots. You that wide open, take two dribbles inside the three-point line and pull up. That's the shot that he's supposed to be able to make. If you can hit that shot, they gonna stop leaving. Or when Harden passes it out and they rotate to him to stop the penetration, well then that's when he pass it to that open man off that rotation. The plan is to get the Lakers scrambling off of the penetration. So when Harden gets double teamed, he passes it to that man who then supposed to penetrate into the teeth of the defense and either hit that short jumper, because like I say, 9 times out of 10, they leave in Westbrook. So you penetrate into the teeth of the defense, hit the short mid-range shot, or if they collapse to stop your penetration, then you dish it out to a wide open three-point shooter who then swings the ball, gets LA defense scrambling. Somebody's going to get a wide open look. The problem that happened in game 2 and the problem that happened, well, that wasn't really the problem tonight, but they could have did it, a little bit more. But it was that Westbrook settled for long jumpers. And when he did get into the teeth of the defense to pull up for that short mid-range shot, he was missing them.
Last point. The previous playoff games, every time the Rockets play, they putting up 58 threes. They shooting out a high clip. These last 2 games, they ain't shooting nowhere close to that. That's all I'm saying about X's and O's.
All right. And I attributed that to D'Antoni, who told them they running out at child because I have seen more pump fakes and penetration in this game tonight than I done seen all year from the Rockets.
That's what I want you to say is
one shooter, and instead of them taking a bad contested shot, they pump fake, get somebody to fly by them, and then they penetrate and then dish it back out to somebody else. I was yelling sometimes when they dished it out and then that dude pump fake and then penetrate, they pass it to the next dude. He waits. Pump fake, the dude don't jump. Now you ain't got no shot. I'm like, why you ain't just shoot it? So now they are the adjustment that I gave credit to D'Antoni is that he was saying, look, they gonna run out at the first person that when you penetrate and they throw that ball out to you, they gonna run out at you. Pump fake them, drive. You can get a better shot because you're gonna recollapse the defense all over again. And so that's what they was doing. They have been taking less threes. And I said that in game 1, they didn't take 53s. And I said that they had a great balance of penetrating, getting to the cup, and hitting some threes. Where it wasn't all just jacking up 3 after jacking up 3. They made a conscious effort, or the coach made the decision. And the game plan was, we're not just gonna launch threes. We can attack these boys. We can get into the teeth of the defense. Let's get to the rim more than just shooting threes.
Yeah, and the only reason I say that is because funneled back behind the back blocks are for a reason. They want you to. They taking the three, wanting you to penetrate, and LeBron is behind blocking Westbrook from behind, blocking Gordon from behind. Anthony Davis almost got Harden on one, but Harden got it up higher. Those things are they funneling you to the paint for a reason because they know that's the strength of their defense.
Well, then go up hard and dunk the ball so that he's not blocking it from behind. You're not gonna stop. You can't stop attacking the basket because you worried that LeBron gonna block the shot from behind.
I'm not saying stop. What I'm saying is that's what the Lakers are trying to get you to do. That's the reason why you see a lot of blocks from behind. It's because they're trying to funnel you to the paint and they taking away the three. So I just want D'Antoni to make offensive adjustments.
Yeah,
because the second half, those numbers don't lie, and that's for a reason. Go ahead.
I just this last thing. I would think that he would do something new, and I understand, what you're saying is this is what we do, but just imagine if they leave in Westbrook. What if you follow behind them instead of pick, and you got something else, or you don't set a pick on him. What if you go set a pick on somebody else for Gordon guy to come around there? It just there's ways to be more creative to show them something, so you're scared of it, and now you're like, we can't do it like this because if you even know automatically, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. If they need to show something different, that just a wrinkle that they're not ready for, and then they think Westbrook's setting the pick, he's slashing, and it just. And I know it's not that simple, but it's so predictable that I'm sitting there like, okay, they need to do something because you can take advantage of this because that's what my team does. They take advantage of, oh, you gonna double, we gonna show you something, but then we gonna have a play that we need before the end of the half that we gonna be like, all right, you double, the dude that you love double running right behind you, set a pick. Now Luka in the teeth of the defense and two guys out there, like what just happened? You're like, okay, now watch the pick. It just something needs to be done.
Save it for the fourth quarter. Save it for the last 5 minutes. When they go to doing it, you hit them something they ain't seen. That's all I'm asking.
Right.
All right. We just spent way too much time talking about basketball.
Yeah, man. I might not make it to the NFL section, man.
Hurry up. Let's go through
it. Yeah, but we're going to talk bad about Dallas anyway. You might not want to be here for this one. So we're gonna go on ahead, man. We're going to give our week 1 picks, you know what I'm saying, for this upcoming week. Football is back. You know what I'm talking about? And so first game, we're going to start with the Jets and the Bills. Nah, I'm just playing. We're going to start with your little starry old Texans, man. We're going to start with the Thursday night game. So, Dre, I need you to be objective now.
Oh,
I mean, don't get no reputation for being a homer now.
Texans
is going to be in.
If my criticism of my home team, Rockets, doesn't show I'm a homer, I don't know what else is.
True that.
As far as the game, man, I expect it to be a lot of fireworks. I expect it to be both offenses, a lot of points. Defensively, I don't know if we're going to be able to even slow down them boys, man. They just get stronger. Clyde Edwards on that roster now, man. Oh, that's scary. They got probably one of the fastest set of wide receivers in the game. You know what Patrick Mahomes do. They got fast running backs. So I expect them to put up points. But I'm not really scared of their defense. And so I expect us to put up points, which we have in both meetings last year. But the slights, they got an advantage with the Clyde Edwards. We don't know how they're gonna use him. He is a rookie. But we have two play callers, two new ones. Anthony Weaver, of course, he's still Anthony Weaver's still gonna be running Romeo's system, but he is implementing a lot of blitz packages that he got from Rex Ryan in his years playing over there. So I expect we'd have hit the Chiefs with something different. And Kelly calling the offense, it's the same offense, but understanding play calling and getting tendencies and stuff is going to be a little different. Watson is very excited with Kelly calling the plays. So I'm interested to see that. And I'm hoping that we hit Kansas City early with some stuff they're not expecting from play calling standpoint. I just really, really hate that we had a key injury happen today, and Jaron Conley, our other starting corner, who was playing good. He got that speed that can help with the speed that the Kansas City Chiefs have at wide receiver. So that's going to really hurt us. So I expect Tyreek Hill and them boys might have a big game. But we got that X factor. I mean, they got Mahomes, but I just think this time it's going to go back and forth again. It went back and forth last year. We won first game. They won the playoffs. Think we're going to win this regular season. Last second field goal. I got it 34-31.
You still talking about y'all getting blown out, man?
So, yeah, 34-31. But
Go ahead, Deron.
No, I think the first 3 weeks of the NFL season is all about continuity. The less changes you had, the best chance you got to win the game. Hearing that y'all got new play callers, even new personnel. I don't think anything's going to be high scoring. I think it's all tailored to the defenses these first 3 games. So, I'm looking at something like 21-17, 21-14. Kansas City.
I got Kansas City blowing the doors off y'all ass. They gonna blow the doors off y'all, man.
Nah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, it ain't no nuke on your team. Your head coach is a train wreck waiting to happen. You ain't got no pass rushers outside of J.J. Watt. Your secondary, like I done said before, is bad and been bad for a number of years. Kansas City is bringing back everybody from their Super Bowl team. This is in essence ring night for them, you know what I'm saying, on Thursday night. Because even though they got them already, usually for the Super Bowl champion, they receive their rings on opening night in front of their fans. So this is opening night for them. And y'all going to Arrowhead, they're gonna beat the brakes off y'all, man. So my prediction is they're going to beat y'all 31-16. We're going to go Jets, Bills. The rest of these teams, we're going to go through quickly. You know what I'm saying? Predictions, maybe a sentence or two about, the game, but our games is what we're going to concentrate on. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so Jets, Bills, who you got?
Jets, Bills?
Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills defense, like I said, defense is gonna rule the way these first couple of weeks. So that defense is gonna keep it there.
I'm agreeing. Y'all want to give point predictions or just okay? So next is Packers Vikings.
Ooh. I got Packers in a close one.
I'm sorry, I didn't do this the first time, but yeah, it's Packers at the Vikings.
Don't matter, ain't no crowd. It's Packers early,
Okay. Okay. Deron?
I've been saying defense. They have lost some key guys. I want to say Packers because they run the football more. Veterans is important. I'm gonna go Packers.
Okay. I'm going against the grain. I'm going with the Vikings.
Yeah.
I know that they lost like 5 starters on defense, but offensively, man, they got everything they need. And the Packers, last time I seen them, they can't stop the run. So I'm gonna. I know. Next, they got Philly at Washington football team.
Eagles.
You're gonna be surprised by watching their defense. and Philly got some injuries. No, but you know what? Continuity. I'm gonna stay with continuity. They got a new coaching staff, so I'm gonna go Philly.
I'm gonna go upset. Upset alert. Upset alert. I'm going Washington football team, man. I think Alex Smith gonna be the starter.
Yeah.
That defense.
They already named the starter. No.
They already named the starter.
Yeah, Haskins.
Haskins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex barely made the roster. He's the third string.
Eagles.
Okay.
Well, he coming off with a horrific injury, man. Don't do that.
Oh, Kyle Allen is the backup, so you know they said he was third
But
string.
he gonna work himself in. He is gonna work himself back.
Yeah,
Okay. The next game is the Browns at the Ravens. It's some good games this first week, bro. The games gonna be going on.
Yeah, that Baltimore defense is better, and they gonna put their imprint on that game. They coming off a loss in the playoffs. They gonna put their imprint on that game.
So
I got Ravens.
Baltimore big.
Ravens close. I gotta respect the Browns. Got a nice roster, so
Yeah, they do.
So I got Ravens close.
No, don't. Did the Browns get a new coach?
Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't had no time yet, so it's gonna take them 6 weeks to get rolling.
I'm gonna go. I want to go upset. I want to go upset.
Please have me on the other side. Please, by myself.
I want to go. No, he picked the Ravens. He picked the Ravens close.
Oh.
So I'm kind of wanting to go Browns. That offense, I think, is going to be unknown for the Ravens, and they didn't lost Earl Thomas on that secondary with the weapons that they got over there.
Don't do it, Ken Folk.
Yeah, but the Ravens got some nasty weapons on offense.
They beat the Ravens last year. They're not scared of Baltimore.
No, they're not. It's a division.
I'm going Cleveland Browns with the upset.
Yeah, remember this is recorded. I will bring this back up. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. The next game is the Colts at the Jaguars. Colts.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, Colts,
Next game is the Raiders at the Panthers. Panthers. Carolina.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders is going to be a surprise team. One of the teams that didn't make the playoffs that's going to make a push for the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I got the Raiders too. Next game is the Bears at the Lions.
Let me tell y'all, another surprise team. I know everybody writing them off.
It's not no surprise.
I'm just saying, you're right. But I'm just saying, as they could win a division. Surprise.
Who?
Chicago.
Yeah. So you got Chicago winning?
I ain't say that yet. I said surprise team.
They ain't no surprise team. They ain't winning no division with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback, man.
I got the Lions winning this game.
Me
too. They won it 2 years ago. 2 years ago they did.
Uh-huh. Who you got, man?
I got the Bears.
Okay. The next game is the Hawks at the Falcons.
Seahawks against the Falcons. Oh, it's a good game.
That's my upset alert.
Atlanta?
Yeah, I think the Falcons might upset the Hawks. Where they play at?
In Atlanta.
Early, it don't matter. No fans. But yeah, I got an upset alert. Ty Gurley over there in Atlanta now.
So you going to Atlanta? Who you got, DeRon?
New coach, or did they keep their coach?
Atlanta kept the coach.
Right. I'm going defense, so I'm going Seattle.
I'm going to go Seattle, too. Dolphins at the Patriots.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, Cam going to play out of his mind because his first game. He got something. I got Patriots.
Yeah, Bill Belichick gonna get the best out of Cam.
I'm gonna go
15.
Patriots. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I'm gonna go Patriots too.
Yeah.
Chargers at the Bengals.
Chargers.
Chargers, yeah. Burrow's he's gonna
Better
All
defense.
right. We got.
Oh yeah, I'm the last game.
No, you're not.
we got the Titans.
I'm Sunday night. I'm Sunday. Oh no, Monday. It's right. Monday night.
That's
I
right.
forgot Monday.
Get your mind right, Shawty. You ain't the last. All right. Now, Titans at the Broncos.
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah, Von Miller went out for the season today. So
Yeah.
For real?
yeah.
drafted
So
Yeah, Titans, man. Titans. I ain't know that.
Did
Nah,
you
I
draft?
ain't draft. One of you suckers took Nick Bosa too. I don't appreciate y'all drafting my players like that, man.
I thought you were gonna get mad for him taking your defense.
I was mad about that too.
and you know they up for trade, baby. You know they up for trade. You know what I'm saying?
You know you ain't gonna trade him, big man. The Steelers
Right
at the
price,
time.
baby. Steelers defense. Is
Steelers
gonna be
first.
on point.
Steelers.
Giants.
Oh, Steelers.
Okay, yeah, I got the Steelers too. All right, so we down to our last 3 games. That is going to be the Buccaneers at the Saints.
That's the game of the week. That's the game of the week.
Where they play?
At the Saints.
Are they allowing any crowds? 10%, 20%?
I don't think so, but I don't know. Some teams allowing fans, some teams ain't. I'm not 100% sure. I can try and check right quick, but at this point, I don't really know.
Anyway,
it don't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ugh.
It matters. It matters.
I got the Saints winning a close one, just because, like Ron said, they got to get on the same page, and it's a lot of new players. It's gonna take a minute. I don't even think Leonard Fournette even learned the playbook yet. He probably only know 5 plays. So, yeah, I got the Saints winning it.
The Saints are allowed to have fans.
How many? 10%, 20?
It don't say. Oh, but they gonna. Yeah, it say that they gonna play their opener without fans, so it won't be no fans. So you say you got who?
I got the Saints in a close one, just because it's gonna take the Buccaneers some time to get all on the same page and all that.
Okay.
A lot of new.
Who you got, D?
Saints.
Saints.
Yep.
I'm going with the Buccaneers, man. I like that defense.
I do like that defense.
I like that defense, and offensively, I think that they're gonna be able to go toe to toe with the Saints. All right, the girls and the Rams.
Here we go.
The run, come on with your little soliloquy.
No,
Come on, tell us how great it's gonna be.
Now I want to see how honestly gonna be since they got a new coach.
Yeah. Our offense is gonna be all right because we still running the same offense. Our defense is gonna struggle, but I'm not trusting the Rams. You know what I'm saying? They got no running game. We gonna struggle when we face somebody with a running game.
That's it.
That's it. Oh, Dallas do win though.
Y'all win big, or y'all gonna struggle with the Rams?
No, it's gonna take some little time. It's gonna be a close game, but we gonna pull it out the end.
Okay. Who you got, Dre?
Y'all play in LA?
Yep.
New stadium?
They opening up their new stadium.
Yeah, last time they opened up a stadium, they lost. So Yeah. So I think, and they did remind us that today was the anniversary of that major upset opening NRG.
Only
So
y'all will remember that. Y'all Super Bowl.
I don't want to remember that. So yeah, I like McVay to come up with a nice game plan. Same system, same staff, good wide receivers. And they lost Cook, but they got Cup, and I think they drafted, if I recall. But got them. I don't know about the Cowboys secondary. You know what I'm saying? So I got a close game, but y'all don't fare well in opening new stadiums. So I got the Rams and a close.
Wow. The hate is showing. Wow.
Why I gotta be hate because he picked the Rams, man? I thought he made a compelling argument for why it could be the Rams.
He said like 17 times, man.
He's just trying to gather his thoughts. He's just trying to gather his thoughts. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So looking at this game, man, Dallas does offensively have a noted advantage over the Rams. They don't have the greatest defensive line outside of Aaron Donald. Their linebacking core doesn't have nobody of note. And the only person in their secondary is Jalen Ramsey, that you really worry about. So I feel like Dallas has a decided advantage over the Rams. On the opposite side, Sean McVay, I'm gonna have to see, what type of adjustments he done made to his offense, because it seemed like a lot of teams kind of figured out, their system and how they was wanting to do things. And like Deron say, you don't really know what they got at running back. To carry on the running game that they had with Gurley. So
Makers, baby.
So I'm gonna have to go with the Rams.
That rookie can't make it.
Huh?
That rookie, I knew they drafted somebody.
I'm gonna have to go with the Rams because
I'm gonna send y'all my Cash App, like you said, and we're gonna see how much y'all believe on that.
The Cowboys are the epitome.
Oh, here we go.
Not meeting expectations, and they are expected widely to win this game. There's nobody who's gonna pick the Rams to beat the Cowboys. This has the feeling of Cowboys should win this game going away, and that's why I think that they're gonna lose.
Wow.
Okay, so last but definitely not least, bang bang Niner game. You know what I'm talking about? The Niners versus the Cardinals. Who you got?
It's you, man. You the first.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna be a gracious host, as I always say in my introduction. So gracious and humble. I'm gonna give the floor to you guys and let y'all get it off. Because hey, any Niner fans watching this, y'all know what's coming. Just prepare yourself. Don't get upset. This is what they do. Go ahead, fellas.
I'll let you go, Deron.
San Fran close.
He only did that because I said he was gonna do something different.
Hey, I'm the only one on here being, real and not showing no hate. So, I might as well keep it that way.
I am appalled.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna say that you're the only one. I have been very objective and have shown no hate towards nobody's team. Go ahead, Dre.
We ain't gonna mention the blowout. But in a close game, I think the Arizona Cardinals gonna, upset alert. The Cardinals, because Hopkins just got paid. He's gonna show out. I think that offense is gonna be nasty. I like the additions they had on defense. I like Isaiah Simmons. He ain't gonna stop Kittles, but he's gonna make it difficult. Yeah, I got the Cardinals winning 24-14. That's only because I don't trust the Niners offense. And I think the Cardinals made some good additions offensively. They're going to be nasty. They have the 49ers have nobody that's going to contain that man Hopkins. And they still got the other wide receivers. Even if they try to double team, you still got to worry about that quarterback staying in the pocket. I don't think you can just rush forward like they try to do with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I got Cardinals 24-14.
I really almost want to address Judge Dre, you know what I'm saying? Because you the one spitting his hate out at my boys, you know what I'm talking about?
That's not hate. That's what you told LeBron when I was talking about the Cowboys. Those are legit arguments. Y'all not trying to contain Hopkins.
Okay. So my retort to that is that my defense faced what's the receiver in New Orleans?
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas. They faced Michael Thomas last year. They faced Odell Beckham Jr. last year. They faced both of them receivers in Minnesota last year. They faced Devontae Adams last year. They faced Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl. We had the number one pass defense in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And now you acting like Hopkins is Jerry Rice or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like he ran them off when he first came out, his first year in the NFL. Hopkins is a great receiver, but no one man gonna beat a team. Period. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm bringing back my secondary is intact. My linebackers are intact. The only player on my defense missing is D-Buck.
Man, let's get to the pick, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I put it to like DK Metcalf shredded y'all, and y'all got lucky. You know what I'm saying? That playoff game, DK Metcalf shredded y'all. Even though y'all won the game, it was a problem for y'all. It's different wide receivers, man. And Hopkins is different from Odell. Odell in his prime may be different. When he was with the Giants, this Odell ain't the same Odell. So, yes, Hopkins and they secondary, man. You know, Papa Baker is another addition that I like.
No, they got weapons.
Okay. So, I mean, all we did was put up 740 yards and 8 touchdowns in the 2 games we faced. But okay, my pick personally, man, I feel like I'm gonna need to come back and address my pick later on in another video.
And man, wasn't there
because my starting center, we haven't declared whether he gonna play or not. Both my starting receivers, Debo and Ayuk, they haven't said if they gonna play or not. Fred Warner is still on the COVID list. I don't know if he coming off before this game. You know, so that's 4 starters at important positions. I don't even know if they're gonna play this first game. You know what I'm talking about? So all I can say is, you know, as far as my pick goes, you know, I'm gonna have to address it later on. I will say that if everyone plays, or say 3 out of the 4, look, if Fred want to play and my center play and at least Debo, we gonna win. If 3 of the 4 is out, it's up in the air. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say we gonna lose, but it's up in the air. I still think offensively we got too many weapons. My run game too good, my quarterback too good, my head coach too good, my defense, you know what I'm saying, is gonna do what they do. You know what I'm talking about? So
your quarterback too good?
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, only in his first year off of ACL, he won 13 games, threw for right at 4,000 yards and 27 touchdowns off of ACL.
Oh, that
You know
defense.
what I'm saying?
Hey.
So so that's no OTAs, no mini camp. You know what I'm saying? He rehabbing the whole time. So this year he was able to concentrate on just learning his position, playing his position, and correcting the mistakes he made last year. He gonna be better this year. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he going for over 4,000 yards passing and over 30 touchdowns.
So what receiver?
He going for over 4,000 yards passing and over 30 touchdowns.
Same topic, but I'm not even about to score. Just since it's recording, the Cardinals just picked up a tight end that I really, really liked, but cap casualty, and we're too deep at that position. But Jordan Thomas, mark my words, he gonna be a nice tight end for the Cardinals. He ain't gonna do nothing this week because they just signed him. But next time the Niners play him, I guarantee you he gonna be a nice tight end. We gotta record it. That's all I want to say. I just hate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen so I can give out the records, what the record's gonna be. But you did choose San Fran to win, though. That's your final. You know, I don't need it. If this guy play, it's San Fran to win.
Talking to me
right now it's up in the air. Y'all check me out. Man. Y'all check me out in a few days, man. Where I know what's what, and I'll give my final prediction. But it's too much. It's too much unknown right now for me to give a. You know what I'm saying? A definitive, like Duron. If Gallup and Amari Cooper, was in the air, you ain't know if they was gonna play. If what's your black linebacker name? Jalen Smith. You ain't know if he was gonna play, and starting left tackle. You ain't know if he was gonna play. Would you be out here?
My starting right tackle ain't playing.
I say you're starting left tackle.
Would you
make a prediction right now, or would you wait until you know who playing and who ain't?
Everybody can say that. Everybody can say that right now, man. Stop it, man.
Nah, everybody can't say that. You can't say that right now.
You said you beat them 70-0.
No, you can't. Huh?
You said y'all beat them 70-0, so y'all so much better than them. And your quarterback is
just said that.
Yeah, your quarterback's so good.
Yeah,
I never said nothing about beating them 70-0. Both our games was close last year.
No, you just said that y'all did something to him,
right,
man.
Fellas.
I said all my quarterback did was throw for over 700 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Well, can he do it this week? Regardless?
Regardless of what? His 2 starting wide receivers and the starting center probably ain't gonna play.
I don't want to hear it then. He ain't a quarterback.
He ain't a quarterback. I know you can say that because Fuller playing.
Peace out, fellas.
And all right, peace out, bro. Because Fuller still playing and Cook still playing and your starting center still playing. Like ain't none of your offensive weapons up in the air, because if they was, you wouldn't be having all of this bravado.
Kenfo, we're playing the Chiefs, the Super Bowl champs. If we was playing the Oakland
Cardinals, I was playing the Cardinals, and both your 2 starting wide receivers wasn't gonna play, or you ain't know if they was playing. Your starting center wasn't gonna play, or you ain't know if he was playing. And one of your best players on defense. I don't know your defense like that. I ain't gonna say J.J. Watt because he's your best player. But you take your second best player on defense, and you don't know if they playing. Them 4 starters, you don't know if they playing at all, and you got to play Arizona. You telling me right now you'll be saying y'all gonna win? Hell no, you wouldn't.
Kenfo, we did it last year. JJ missed half of the second half of the season. You know what I'm saying? My secondary was beat up, and Bradley Roby was hurt. We had old ass Jonathan Joseph starting still. You know what I'm saying? Fuller was hurt. Steels missed a game here and there.
Who is Steels? I said your 2 starting receivers. So I'm talking about DeAndre Hopkins and Fuller. Hell, both of them not play. Your best, one of your starting center who got to snap the ball. As a matter of fact, my starting center is on PUP. So my backup center is the one who we don't know gonna play. So that means you got to go in with your 3rd string center probably.
So this is the excuse we're gonna hear when y'all lose.
It ain't no excuse, bro. I'm just saying. I don't know who playing. I don't know who ain't playing. If they don't play, that is a big deal, bro.
America, you hear this? You hear this, America? This is going to be the excuse on Monday morning. Next week, when we have the our weekly breakdown, this is going to be the excuse. So you heard it first. This is what he's going to use to say why the Niners lost to the Cardinals. I'm telling you now, who over there play, Cardinals going to win. I want all of them to play. I don't care. I want no excuses.
You're right, because I want them all to play too. Because if they all play, we're gonna beat Arizona, and we're gonna beat Arizona by double digits.
My starting corner is out that just hurt us today, and I said still my team gonna win. And that's
bro, that is a long cry from what I'm looking at. Like, if this was one starter, if I had one starter gonna be out, I wouldn't care. I'll pick my squad to win by double digits. But we talking about 4 starters, bro. 4 starters. 3 on offense. And my team captain who calls the plays for the defense.
Well, Thursday's gonna be a good night. You know, I get to watch the Rockets and the Texans on the same night. You know what I'm saying? So
you're gonna pass out. You're gonna pass out. You're gonna be drunk as hell, mad, and you're gonna pass out and go to sleep early, man. We ain't gonna even see you for that video. I know your excuse already. You see this, America? He's setting up his excuse right now, man. I was drunk. I passed. I ain't hit my phone or nothing, man. I'm sorry, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch up with you on Monday. You know, the way who lose.
H-Town sweep on Thursday. Texans win, Rockets win, and, you know, we'll go from there.
All right, bro. We're gonna see, but remember, we got a date. We got a date Thursday night, dog. We got a date Thursday night. We'll lose a draw, man.
Okay, long you said win, lose, or draw, because if we win, I know you're gonna be scared. Come on. You're gonna be
scared, bro. Y'all in the AFC. We don't play y'all this year. I don't care.
I'm scared of my team, but scared of the shit talking. I'm gonna talk about it.
No. I promise. If y'all win, because I'm gonna watch that game, and if y'all win, I'm gonna give y'all props. You know, to me, Kansas City is a far superior team. If y'all able to go in there on opening night and beat them, then hey, I'm gonna tip my cap to y'all. You know what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna give y'all props. It ain't gonna happen, but you know, I would in that situation.
America, listen, I don't want him drunk if the Texans win and then the Rockets lose. Oh, you ain't gonna take that lightly. You're gonna be drunk calling here.
No. Because the Rockets, you know, I'm not gonna get too emotional about them no more. And of course, again, like I said, if y'all beat Kansas City, it ain't gonna matter to me one way or the other. You know, the only way I would be bothered is if, you know, we was at 100% and lost to Arizona. And y'all, cause then you gonna have a bunch of shit to say that I ain't gonna want to hear. And then that's when we gonna have some technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
Don't pull a Teddy Riley versus Babyface. You know what I'm saying? The stuff freeze up. All of it. You get your
yeah. Unplug the internet. You know what I'm saying?
But also, you know, I'm just, you know, not only Thursday, but if you lose to Tanika in fantasy and the Niners lose to the Cardinals.
Look here, man. I done already told you, man, my squad loaded, bro. My squad loaded, man. I really to keep it all the way funky. I taught you niggas a lot what y'all trying to do in the fantasy football, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look, from draft strategy and all of that, man, I laid the foundation for a lot of you cats, man. You know, and y'all low key biting off the king, you know what I'm talking about, when it comes to that fantasy, man. Like, y'all know what it is with me, man. Y'all know what it is with me. You know, what am I, a 7-time champion? And you mean tell me y'all niggas ain't biting my style?
Nah. He lied because we on camera.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
But
don't do that.
got a nice little run going, you know what I'm saying? I think it was broken last year. But you know, he like the Bill. No, I'm the
Go ahead, baby, the Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? I done ran away. Look, who close? Ain't nobody close to me when it comes to championships, man. Ain't nobody close to me, home. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody close to me, dog.
America.
I done triple dudes up in 4 championships, man. I'm telling you, man, y'all low key done bit off the king, but it's all right. It's all right.
I had to school him early. I was the first dynasty. Yeah, he did some things and had a nice little run, you know what I'm saying? They took my formula and probably did a little bit better than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I revamped some things and things finna change, right? It's finna be not a new sheriff, the old sheriff finna return. It's like Michael coming back out of retirement, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have this conversation later at the end of the season. We can, you know, talk fantasy.
All right, yeah, we're gonna do that. I can't believe you lied to America like that. Trying to pump yourself up, lying to these people. Well, that's cold-blooded, man. What's up, man? You say what?
I said, okay, 7-time champion.
I'm a 7-time champ, man. Know what you talking about, bro? I didn't, like I say, I didn't triple boys up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I ran away with it where wasn't nobody touching me. I made y'all create a whole nother league that I'm finna go to and smash you boys in. I got to the Super Bowl my first year in y'all league. In y'all other league, I should say. You know what I'm talking about? My first year in, I got to the Super Bowl, man. Like, this is what I do, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do, man. That's why I'm the king. But, hey, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man, kicking it with us. You know what I'm talking about? We going to be back Thursday. Now, I may be by myself, but I'm definitely going to be back Thursday. I'm telling you right now, if y'all see my face come Thursday and I'm just by myself, y'all already know what happened. You ain't got to ask no questions. You ain't got to be like, man, where's Dre? Man, y'all already know. He wouldn't answer his phone. He kept sending me the voicemail. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's what it's going to be. But say, don't forget to God dog on me, subscribe to the unit, man. Hit that like button, share it, you know what I'm saying? The whole 9. We'll holler at y'all boys later. Tell your friends about me, dog.
Who's the man and who's the G? L to the L to the L to the